Hey guys, how y'all doing today? We're gonna be working on central idea. Hopefully you like this video, and let's get started, okay? Of course, that's me right there. All right. Central idea is the message that the author is trying to give the reader. Just in case we've forgotten, we talked about that central idea in the very beginning and what it means. Central idea is always supposed to be supported by the text that comes from the reading, basically from the stuff that we read, right? And that's how we figure out what the main idea is, because of the text, because of the facts that are given to us. So those are key things to remember. Okay, how can I find central idea? Here's a tip. As you read, think about the following two things. First, just think about which fact have something in common to support the central idea. Which facts have something in common with the central idea? Basically, we need to find out, not just put any fact there that they put in the reading. As we read and we finish reading, throughout our reading, we'll identify certain things that kind of link together, right? So that's important. Make sure that they're in common. All right, that's the main part there, not just facts. Okay, so another thing is, how could I use the idea in the fact to create a central idea? Well, how can I use these facts, right? How can I put them together? Well, we're gonna go over that together, but how can I use these ideas, okay? Because there's gonna be a lot of stuff that we're gonna read about when we look at informative text, and we're reading information, or we're trying to learn something, some type of text, and it's always important that we are keep in mind, how is it gonna help me identify something, right? So let's go on. Let's read this together, and hopefully we could identify the central idea here. All right, so let's go ahead and read the top. Sorry guys, go back. All right. At the age of 19, Root signed his first pro baseball contract with Baltimore Orioles. He was so young that some of his veteran players on the team began calling him Babe. The nickname has stuck with him ever since. He had a couple of other nicknames as well. He was called the Great Bambino and the Sultan of SWAT. So here's a reading, and it was an informative one. So let's go to our question now. Once we read this, we'll go to our question. What is the central idea of this passage? Is it A, Babe Ruth was a great baseball player? B, during his career, Babe Ruth had some different nicknames. Next, C, Babe Ruth played for the Baltimore Orioles. Okay, let's go ahead and off the back, once again, scratch out and eliminate some things here. Based on a question, we're gonna go also fill in this chart here that we have in front of us. So let's go ahead and do that. Once again, let's go read. Based on now that we already know our questions, let's go back and read this. It's a short passage. We can read it again. Let's identify facts or things that they're telling right to us, okay? So at age 19, Booth signed his first pro baseball contract with Baltimore Orioles. That's a fact, right? So at age 19, he was so young that some of his veteran players on the team began calling him Babe. So that's another fact. Calling him Babe, right? Calling Babe. The nickname has stuck with him ever since. He had a couple of other nicknames as well. He was called the Great Bambino and the Sultan of SWAT. So as we can see here, he was called is a fact, the Great Bambino, and the Sultan of Swat. That's another one, right? So here we have 1, 2. He also played for Baltimore. Okay, yeah. First pro baseball contract, Baltimore Orioles. That's a fact too, right? And Ruth, of course, age 19 Ruth, that's a fact too, because his name was Ruth, Babe Ruth, right? That's his last name. So we have 3 things here, 4 different things we circled, and we could identify things that are in common. What's the common thing here? Ruth, which is his name, a contract. We also have calling him Babe. Again, so far Ruth and Babe, those are names that he's given. Also, he was called the Great Bambino and Sultan of Swat, so that's also names given to him. So here we have 3 facts. We can identify one of them here, a second one here, and a third one here that are related, right? These facts are in common. They have something in common, which is the name calling, right? That they're giving this player. So that's how we identify. Remember, we talked about not just having facts, but facts that have something in common. So here we have fact number 1, which is name Ruth, right? And in fact number 2 would be they called him Babe because he looked young, like a baby, right? Also, they call him the Great Bambino. He was called also as part of it, called Great Bambino. And also he was called the Sultan. Swat. Quotations. These are 3 facts that we've identified, and 3 facts that have something in common. Even though there was one fact here that was given to us, which is that he played for the Baltimore Orioles. That has nothing to do in common with the other ones. So, as part of our questioning here, it says Babe Ruth was a great baseball player. We know that he was, but nowhere in this reading does it talk about how good he was. Just knowing that he signed as a pro baseball player at age 19 necessarily didn't tell us that he is a great baseball player. So we go ahead and scratch that one out off the back, right? So we're gonna scratch that out as a choice. Next, during his career, Babe Ruth had some different nicknames. Yeah, he had a nickname here, and a name there, which is his name. I mean, as you can see, there's 2 nicknames here, but maybe a possible as a choice. So we're gonna keep that one there. Babe Ruth played for the Baltimore Orioles. Yes, that's a fact. It was here in the reading, right? Right? It's here. This is true. That is true. So, but is that the fact does this fact have other facts that support that as being the main thing of this reading? No, I don't see it. And I know you didn't either. So, for the most part, let's go ahead and scratch that one out. So now that we only got one choice available, that's the only smart choice we have available. So our best one is, or the main central idea was that Babe Ruth, let's go ahead and write it down here. Babe Ruth was given many. Is it kind of hard for you to read? Let's do red. Okay. Right there. Let's go to black then. All right, I put many names, not just names, but they're called nicknames. Let's go ahead and write the right thing. Nicknames. All right. So Babe Ruth was given many nicknames. Sorry about the sloppy work, but hopefully you identify it. I was trying to put things together for you. But Babe Ruth was given many nicknames. That's the main central idea here. And I have, remember, once again, a fact here, a fact here, and a fact here that were in common. And that's how we find our central idea. So hopefully you like that part and enjoy that. So here we go, next part. But that's it. Click on the button under this video. And don't forget to show work on Class Dojo. And I will talk to you later. And enjoy it, like it, enjoy your week. Hopefully you're doing fine, the family's doing fine. Once again, don't forget the 3 resources. Get on there. I need you to get on Imagine Math, Imagine Literacy. And please, I will give also shout outs to kids that are doing well, my top 5 every week. And please stay tuned. Make sure you're keeping safe and you're following the rules at home. And we'll look forward into getting some more stuff like this happening. All right? Please take care, and we'll talk later. Bye, guys.